Professional boxer and North Dakota native Virgil Hill received a special award today, one that only 47 other residents of the state's history have ever been given. Hill was named the 48th recipient of the North Dakota Theodore Roosevelt Rough Rider Award. It's considered the state's highest commendation for its citizens. Hill is a world champion in both the light heavyweight and cruiserweight boxing divisions and a member of the National Boxing Hall of Fame. Throughout his career, Hill proudly represented his home state and Native American heritage, becoming known for carrying the state's flag and wearing a tribal headdress each time he entered the ring. The award for Hill will be presented later this year at a date and location that will be announced soon. Congratulations to him, well deserved.